Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this video titled Area of Polygons, and you'll need to get out your Go Math book and turn to page 389, get out your math journal, pencil, and also a calculator. Now the goal for this video is for you to understand how you can find the area of a polygon by breaking it into simpler shapes. So when we think about a polygon is a closed plane figure made up of line segments, and within polygons there are regular and irregular polygons. And you can see we have a picture from mathmonks.com that shows us the differences between regular and irregular polygons. So regular polygons, all sides have the same measure, and also their interior angles also have the same measure as well. Now, irregular polygons, you can see, do not have this. Okay, so some of these shapes look very odd. Some of them are a little bit more familiar. However, these are all irregular polygons here on the right side. So you can see the difference between the two. So we talked about the goal for this video is finding the area of a polygon by breaking it up into simpler shapes. So with this video, one of the key tips is for you to take a look at what you know, the measures what you know, and help you find the certain measures that you do not know. All right, so we have this polygon right here, and the first thing we are going to do is I'm going to divide this into a triangle and also a rectangle. That'd be a lot easier there. Okay, so the rectangle, we already have the measures for the rectangle. So what we can see is we know the rectangle is length times width. That's the formula. And then from there, we plug in the numbers, 7 times 16. And then what we do is we multiply 7 times 16. And that's going to give me 112 square centimeters. And so what I like to do, I just like to write 112 right in the shape that I already have figured out. Now we need to find the area of this triangle. Now, it can be very easy to say, okay, well, this is 13 is the height and the base, let's say 16. But it's important to understand that that is not the case. So 13 represents the whole entire height of this polygon. All right. However, some things that we know that up into the point of the triangle, that distance is 7 centimeters. So that means the height of the triangle is going to be 6 centimeters. Now we need to find the base of the triangle. We know the whole entire base of this polygon is 16. However, up into the point of the triangle there, it's 8. So that means the other part is going to be 8 as well. So it's a base of 8, a height of 6. So we know the formula for a triangle. Area equals 1/2 base times the height. And then what we do is we plug in our numbers. Area equals 1/2 times the base, which is 8, times the height, which is 6. 1/2 times 8 is 4. And then bring down our 6 again. Then the area of the triangle is 24 square centimeters. So now we have 24 here. And what we do is we just simply add the 24 and 112 together. And we can see that is 136 square centimeters. So again, in order to find the area of these polygons, you want to break the polygons into simpler shapes and then find the area of those shapes and then add them together. Okay, here's another shape we're going to take a look at. We're going to break it into two simpler shapes here. Sometimes you may even have to do 3 or 4 depending on the polygon that you're looking at. Okay, so again, what I like to do is I like to find a way to break the shape into sections where I don't have to figure out every single measurement. So if I were just to take this shape and put a line right there, I can see I have a rectangle and then another rectangle. My rectangle down here, all the work is done for me. I have the measurements of 60 and 30. So we're going to write down the formula, length times the width. So we can see 60 times 30. So the area for that is 1,800. So what I like to do, I just like to write 1,800 right in my shape there. Now the next part is I will take this shape right here. I need to figure out the height of it. I already know the width. All right, so what I do know is that the whole entire height of this polygon is 60, and then up to this point where I put my line, that's 30, so that means I just take 60 minus 30. So it's going to be a height of 30, width of 20. That's already there for me. I just plug in my numbers here. So we write our formula down. Area equals length times the width. And then area equals 30 times 20. The area for this rectangle is going to be 600. And then what I like to do is I just like to write it in there. And this is helpful if you have multiple shapes that you're dividing your polygon into. And then from there, we just add 1,800 plus 600. And that's going to give me the area of 2,400 square feet. So what I would like for you to do is turn your Go Math book to page 391. We're going to do number 4 together. I'm going to have you do number 3 all on your own. Now, when we do number 4, what we're going to do, and I want you to do this with me, just draw the line right here. Okay, so we've broken our polygon into 2 simpler shapes. We have a square, and then we have a trapezoid. All right, so we know the formula for area of a square. Area equals side squared, or side times side. So area is going to equal 18 times 18. And we multiply 18 times 18, and we get 324. So the area of our square is 324. So I'm just going to write that down. I'll write area equals 324 here. Now we have our trapezoid. Okay, so again, remember it's important to write down that formula first. So for trapezoid, area equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. All right, so now we need to plug in our numbers. Area equals 1/2 times the height. Now we need to figure out what the height is. Okay, so we can see the base here, then the height could be a little difficult there. However, what we do know is the square from this section to that section is 18 inches, and the total base of this polygon is 36 inches. So we just take 18 minus 36. So we can see the height is going to be 18. All right. So 1/2 times the height, which is 18. Now we need to figure out base 1 plus base 2. So the whole entire height of our polygon here, and when you think about this polygon, we've kind of flipped it a little bit. So we can see one of the bases that we have already is 18. We got to figure out the other base, which would be right here. Now what we do know is the height of this from the trapezoid to the square right here, this little notch in our polygon to the top, I should say, is 9 inches. But we know the whole entire height here is 18 inches, so we can see the base 1 is going to be 9, base 2, 18. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add these together. I put a little mark there. I'm going to erase that. So now we have 9 plus 18 is going to give me 27. And then we write everything again. 1/2 times 18 times 27. And then we take 1/2 times 18. That's going to give me 9 times 27. is going to give me 243, and that is the area of our trapezoid. Now what we do is we just add 243 plus 324 together, and that's going to give us 567 square inches. Now, what I would like for you to do is to work out number 3 all on your own, and when you press play, I will have the answer for you. So I want you to pause the video now. Okay, so you can see the answer is 44 square meters. You can see how I broke the polygon into 2 simpler shapes, worked out the formula, or wrote the formula down, plugged in the numbers and worked it out, and got 44 square meters. Now we're going to take a look at solving real-world problems, and I want you to turn your Go Math book to page 391. And it says under that section, you can apply the technique of dividing a shape into smaller shapes in problems that involve finding area. So now we're going to take a look at number 5 on page 392. So what it says is the diagram shows the floor plan of a hotel lobby. The carpet costs $3 per square foot. How much will it cost to carpet the lobby? So what we have here is a polygon, and we're just going to divide this into 2 trapezoids. Okay, so in order to do this, what we do is we find area. We write the formula for area of a trapezoid. Area equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. Now, if you notice something about these trapezoids, we have the same base 1, base 2, same height and everything. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll find the area of 1 and then just multiply it by 2, and that'll give us the area for the whole entire floor plan. So now we plug in our numbers. Area equals 1/2 times the height. 15.5 is the height. Base 1, we see 30. Base 2, 42. Now what we do, order of operations, add 30 and 42 together. That's going to give us 72. Plug in the rest of our numbers, or bring down the rest of our numbers. And now what we can do is just keep multiplying from left to right. We have 1/2 times 15.5, and that's going to give us 7.75, or 7 and 75 hundredths, and we're going to multiply that by 72, and that is going to give us 558. So that's the area of one trapezoid, and since both trapezoids have the same measurement, what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply that 558 times 2, and that'll give us the area of the whole entire floor plan. And we multiply 558 times 2, and that's going to give us 1,116 feet squared. However, they're not asking what the area of this floor plan is. They're asking how much will it cost to carpet at $3 per square foot. So it's important to understand with these problems, you can see that they are multi-step problems. So we're going to take 1,116, multiply it by 3, and that's going to give us $3,348 to carpet the lobby. So we'll write that down for number 5, $3,348. Now what I would like for you to do is turn to page 393, and we're going to look at number 7. So letter A, or for number 7, it says, Hal's backyard has a patio, a walkway, and a garden. Letter A says, about what percent of the total area of Hal's backyard is the area taken up by the patio, walkway, and garden? And it says round to the nearest whole percent. What I want you to do first of all is I want you to find the area of the patio, walkway, and garden, and also find the total area of the whole entire garden, whole entire backyard, I should say. And then when you're finished finding that, press play, and I will have those 2 answers for you. So I would like for you to pause the video now. Okay, now you can see my answers. The patio, walkway, and garden had a total of 82 square feet. Backyard, 136 square feet. Now, that's not what they're asking. They're asking what percent of the total area of Hal's backyard is the area taken up by the patio, walkway, and garden. So what we're going to do, we can set this up as a proportion. All right, so what we do is we take 82. We don't know what percentage that represents. That's going to be over X. It's going to equal 136. That's the total amount. And since it's the total amount, that's going to be over 100. So we cross multiply 82 times 100. And that's going to give me 8,200. And then our next step is we're going to divide by the number we have not cross multiplied with, which is 136. And that's going to give me a long percentage, but something like 60.2%. And they're saying for us to round to the nearest percentage, and the round in the nearest whole percent, I should say, and that's going to be 60% for letter A. Now we're going to wrap up the video by answering letter B. It says, one longer side of Hal's backyard lies next to the back of his house. He wants to build a fence that costs $9.75 per square foot around the other three sides. How much will Hal spend on his new fence? So we know right away that one of these longer sides is going to be canceled out. So we'll just cancel out this top part. So we know that 8 and 9 for this side is going to be 17 feet. And we have 5 and then 8. 3 is going to give us 8 for this side, 8 for that side. Now what we do is we add all of these sides together. Okay, and this is just finding the perimeter here of this section. That's going to give us 33 total feet. And then remember, these are multi-step questions, so we take 33 and we're going to multiply it by $9.75. And the answer is going to be $321.75 for our answer. So this concludes the video on area of polygons. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see.